Oh, the illusion of holding heat in. This computer's gonna die really fast. My phone's already dead. Mm. Oh. Oh, okay. Alrighty. Alrighty then. So the first card's out. Well, we have the card from yesterday, which is Fool Renewed. And then we've got Three of Cups, Water 3, right? Ugh. So, sorry, she's wearing a jacket, but she doesn't want to be outside. But she needs to be outside. So we're outside. um, this isn't external people in a relationship card. This is celebration. This is a celebration card. And it's a tower. It's a tower for someone. Because they're going to have to speak about how they want to celebrate with someone. And then we have Karma card 7. You know, this is why Bridget's so, like, everyone wants me to finish the book, but this is why I need to play with the cards for a while. Because the meanings are adjusting, and I want to make sure that, and I know, like, okay, just rush it out and you can do another one, but this is the very first deck, and this is important to me. So, you know, Karma 7. So, Karma 7, so, yeah, I have this written as something else. However, I'm seeing it here almost as if it's like a release, like someone releasing the butterfly, like, you know, the butterfly has been in the protection of their tree, of their carer, you know, the little girl that's like kind of releasing the butterfly. I mean, she's probably not releasing it, she's probably reaching for it, but in the imagery, it almost kind of looks like she's releasing it. Like, you've done all your work, it's time to let you fly, right? It looks like somebody is either releasing themselves or being released. This could be something as simple as someone saying, you know what, you got this, and I support you. Whatever you decide, I support you. You got this. And the tower is this butterfly speaking. Now, butterfly is masculine or feminine. This is karma cards. It doesn't matter. I mean, that's tarot in general, but we have the air knight here, the Knight of Swords. It's like actively moving towards speaking. Are you chewing on my boot? Does that make you feel better? This is going to be a tower speaking. Like, hey, I want to go and celebrate with this person. And this might disappoint other people. I mean, I don't see disappointment here, but I'm feeling it through the tower. You know, it's going to disrupt this tower that's being built. It's like a tornado coming through. Oh, here we go. 7 of Swords underneath here. Air 7. It almost feels like someone is saying feels a lot, but, you know, it's just how it is. It kind of gives the impression that it's like, you know, I'm no longer attached to another energy orchestrating my reality. I'm releasing myself from this, and I'm evolving. I'm releasing myself and I'm evolving. This is the Phoenix. This is another new card on this deck, right? I know you like to chew my boot, but you have so many other things to chew. I know you're doing it because you're trying to get me to take you inside, but you ate your breakfast so fast, and you almost threw up on Elijah. And I know you were just so excited about what I made you for breakfast, but I think maybe we're going to have to do smaller portions because you just can't help yourself, baby girl. I know. You just can't help yourself. She just wants to chew my boot. Oh, where'd you go? She just wants to chew my boot. Makes her feel safe. So there's the Phoenix rising out of the ashes, right? It's like, okay, I know that I've been attached to this, whatever this is, for a really long time, and it's felt safe for a really long time. But it's time for me to be released. I'm going to release myself and move toward what brings me joy. This is celebration. And there's a celebration with more than just one or two people. This is like a group celebration. It's like I want to celebrate, but I want to celebrate. Dare I say I want to celebrate nearly on my terms, you know? This almost feels like this almost kind of feels like being like let's say you're like 50 or 60, but you still are micromanaged by like your 80-year-old, 90-year-old parent, you know? They still have expectations of you. They still have all this, and you're kind of like, yeah, but it's time now. Like it's time for me to be released from this. Like, you know, for example, like holiday expectations, because we're at the holidays, right? I know you expect me to do X, Y, and Z every year. And I've been placating that. And I do love you dearly. But this is like, I know what this feels like. You know, the initial moment where you say no is painful for everybody involved. Even the person saying, I'm not going to be there, right? Or I'm going to start my own holidays with my own family, or whatever this is, right? Yeah, it's like choices, starting a new beginning in their own tree. You know, I'm not, you know, excommunicating you. I'm doing it my own way for a minute. I need to do it my own way. You know, in very community-based cultures, this is like, especially like my family is Italian, Irish, Scottish, Catholics. Like, you know, moving away from the group dynamic is like a mortal sin. And this feels like a man is moving away from a controlling dynamic. As lovely as that dynamic might have been, you know, it's not saying that the dynamic was wrong or bad. It's just saying, look, you know, that dynamic no longer suits where I want to go or what I want to do or who I want to build with. If I want to build with somebody, I need to make the steps and changes to go build with them. I don't see another person yet. I'm just kind of feeling it. So maybe this holiday they spend it nearly almost practically alone. This might be the beginning stages of releasing, right? Maybe they're there, but they're not there. Maybe they're in the other room. It's the beginning stages of releasing the expected dynamic that, you know, you have to participate. Oh, there's the other person. I see 10 of Cups here. It's like I want to be relaxed and in my energy with this other person. Oh, there's the Empress. So you got the Wheel of Fortune, and right underneath it is the Empress. You know? It's like I want to be... Everyone keeps mentioning in the readings that I've been watching, not everybody, but there's been like at least 2 readers where they have referenced, and I'll be the third one, they have referenced that show. And I used to watch it all the time as a kid because my parents would watch it. You know, or my grandparents, my parents, they would watch this show, and it was like your friendly neighborhood bar. What was it called? You know, where everybody knows your name. I want to be where the people are. What was that show called? Do you remember with what was his name? The tall guy, the bartender, really famous actor. There was a bunch of people and they would all sit at the bar and everybody knew each other. What was that called? Do you guys remember? You know what I'm talking about. And if you don't, we all need to look it up because I can't remember the name of it. But we used to watch it all the time, and it was like the comings and goings of people that were like family. They were family. They were the bar family. But it almost feels like creating that new energy with a new dynamic, you know? I don't know. It could even be same sex for some people. You know, I haven't really been reading that too much because I feel like most people will put themselves where they need to put themselves. But I was reminded recently, like, everybody's got their own dynamics, and, choosing your girlfriend or choosing your boyfriend over the family dynamic, whether it's accepted or not, and being like, look, I don't feel comfortable bringing my person around you guys, but I do want to spend it with my person. So I'm going to start releasing myself from these obligations and start moving toward what brings me joy. Could be it. Or it could just be that the person that they're interested in is taboo, or, like you have traditional cultural families where it's like, oh, well, if they're not what we are, then they're not going to get our culture. They're not going to understand, and they're going to not fit in, and they're not going to be as welcomed, or they're not going to, I don't know. There's all this weird stuff, If people are raised differently. I remember having that conversation with my grandfather before he passed, like years before he passed away. I was in high school. Like, I understand his point, but I even still today, I don't really agree with it because, yeah, every culture is different, but that doesn't mean that you can't find a common ground and appreciate multiple cultures or multiple lifestyles at the same time. You got these families, these old school families where they want you to accept all their fucking idiosyncrasies, but they don't want to take the time to really appreciate yours. And just because you birthed someone doesn't mean that they're turning out like you. God hope they don't. Hopefully they turn into themselves. you know? Hey, LB, how's it going? Did you have to set up another new channel? Poor girl. Yeah, hacked like fucking Tic Tacs. That doesn't make sense, but you get hacked a lot. Oh man. Okay. Star card. Eight of Pentacles. This person's alone, working on themselves, working on whatever it is they're working on, setting their own examples. Maybe that's where, and they haven't really presented it as themselves, the Knight of Swords. Okay, but that feels more like what they're doing as opposed to who they are. They haven't even presented on the board. It's almost like everything is always about everybody else's desires. I mean, they're presenting as the phoenix and the dove and, new beginnings and the fool and all this, but they're not presenting outright. It's more like they're thinking about everybody else. I don't wanna disappoint these people. I wanna spend time with this person. I don't wanna be here. I wanna be there. I wanna do but it's not really I don't see them presenting as themselves. I feel masculine energy here. It's like want, desire, action, like be, do, have, as opposed to the more feminine energy, which is more like, I don't really want that. I feel this or that. I enjoy. It's more masculine, which is like concrete energy. Maybe it's an earth sign. Feminine or masculine, but it's masculine-ish energy, very grounded, kind of heavy energy. It's like seeing the person you wanna be with celebrating, and you're like, "I wanna be over there. I wanna be with the people that know my name, that know who I truly genuinely am at my core and accept me. I wanna be peaceful and happy and relaxed with the person that balances out my chakras." Whether this masculine is in their presence or not, it almost feels like, even when I'm not with them, even if I'm just talking to them on the phone or whatever, they ground me better than the people that I'm surrounded with. This could be one person or many people. It feels like maybe two people. It reminds me of, oh my god, what's that fucking movie? Or not movie, show. Um, Shameless, the American version. And you got the bar owner and his wife, and then they pull in that the Russian lady as their throuple, and it just oh man, people. Uh, I can't go internally and adjust my own work. I must externalize and just pile on more people. That's kinda how I view it, I view, like, multiple people thing as, like, an avoidance of self. It's like, "No, I cannot look at myself. I must just externalize and be with somebody new and add a new drama dynamic." That way it's always that problem or those people as opposed to, "Wow, wait a minute, maybe I need to sit in hermit mode, really heal myself first," you know? It's like, not being able to offer yourself fully to another person speaks trauma to me. It's like, "No, I must offer a little bits of myself to multiple people." It's like, "Okay, you know, alright, good luck with that." Oh god. I attempted that for half a second to be the third wheel in an open marriage, and I was like, "This is stressful as fuck. I don't wanna do this anymore. Y'all people suck, man." You guys don't wanna work on yourselves, you don't wanna leave the comfort of your toxicity, you just wanna introduce more energies into the mix, hoping that they'll fix your problem. Fuck off. It's like, you're taking my energy and you're giving it to somebody else. No, I'm not doing this anymore. That lasted a hot mess minute. But, I'm glad I tried to understand because for a really long time, nearly almost, 30 some odd years, I have been extremely anti, like, sharing, like, people sharing. I really hate it. I don't like cheating. I don't like the idea of open marriage. I don't like any of that stuff. And so for me to experience it firsthand, it gave me an understanding of why people do it, you know? Why are they doing it? I know why I was doing it. I was doing it because I didn't want to I wasn't in an emotional place to emotionally properly fully engage with someone. I needed to give that energy to myself. But then I found myself falling for someone that was unavailable anyway. I was like, this is fucking stupid. You always think you can unless you have no emotional I nearly want to say emotional compass, but that's not it. I mean, unless you're so cut off from your emotions that you can just be physical with people and not feel and not truly connect. But that sounds really unattractive to me. I'm not. Sorry. I'm just looking at the Three of Cups, and it's just like, at some point, this dynamic, you lose your smiles. It doesn't always stay that way. But I find it fascinating, and I don't judge it as harshly as I used to. So, but that's karmic energy. Whatever you are focused on and putting so much heavy attention on, whether it's good, bad, or indifferent, karma will bring that shit to you. Oh, that's what you have heavy feelings about? Let's introduce it into your reality and see how you feel about it then. Oh, I hate trans people, and then your kid becomes trans. It's like, or your husband or your wife goes trans. It's like, okay, but you didn't hate them, but can you love them as they are, even if you don't stay together or whatever? It's just interesting how the thing that sometimes repulses us is the thing that we pull into us harder than the things that we desire. I love waving at strangers. I love this country because, it's expected that you wave at strangers, you usually, even when you're driving. Because when you're on like back roads and side roads, and you're driving on these, they're pretty much one-laners. So, you got to do that uncomfortable slow pass where somebody's got to pull over into a drive or onto the fucking ditch or whatever to like let the other person go. And it's always that awkward, like, hey. I don't know. I find it entertaining. Everyone's like, oh, I have to look at you. I don't know, but it's so natural here, but it's funny, It's funny to me. The star card, Somebody's setting the example for whoever this air knight is, this knight of swords. Somebody's setting the example of stepping out on their own, embracing their journey on their own, regardless of whether or not other people approve or accept of it. It's like watching someone do it and going, fuck, man, they're doing it. And instead of coming from that jealousy place that we talked about yesterday, this is coming from a place of admiration. And it's exciting them for wanting to do it for themselves, which is exactly what we're supposed to be doing, right? We're supposed to be looking at people who've got it figured out. And instead of trying to rip them down or find fault in them or be jealous and hateful, we're supposed to be like, oh man, that's fucking cool as shit. How do I do something like that? But like my version. You know what I mean? Like you see somebody step out and become a chef of their own little restaurant and they're like, man, maybe they set up a hot dog stand on the side of the road. And you're like, man, that's so fucking cool. They're making enough to survive and they're just selling hot dogs from Costco or whatever the fuck it is, right? Maybe you're a vegan and you're like, I don't really want to set up a hot dog stand, but fuck, I want to do something like that. Maybe I make vegan cookies and sell them on the side of the road or whatever the fuck. Maybe you're lactose or not lactose. Maybe you're like gluten free and you make spelt brownies and spelt cookies. And you're like, I want to do that. I don't want to make hot dogs, but fuck, man, I could do something like that. And it's inspiring this person. Like, they're not doing it the traditional way that they're being told to do it, and people are guilt tripping them, and they don't seem to be fucking arse bothered. I wanna be where the people are, where everybody knows your name. I wanna be with my fucking like, I wanna hang out with people who are of similar mindset so we can feed off each other, you know? Maybe this is an entrepreneur wanting to hang out with other entrepreneurs, or a healer that wants to hang out with other healers. Or, maybe this is a relationship situation. Maybe this is like, gay lesbian thing where they're like, "I wanna hang out with my fucking people, man." You know? "I wanna hang out with my fucking people." Maybe it's tarot card readers. "I wanna hang out with fucking tarot card readers." I see them doing it. I don't know the cards well enough, but I wanna be on YouTube and I wanna do readings. I was like that in the beginning, and I only used, uh, oracle cards. I used spirit cards in the very beginning. I was just using angel deck spirit cards. That's it. I didn't use tarot cards until later on, and I didn't know what the fuck I was doing at first. I was just using the books. And, I got shit for that in the beginning, like, "Oh, you don't know, you need the book, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Fuck you, I like the books." So let's just read it from the book on fucking camera in my lives until I fucking learned my shit, man, and I just kept studying and I kept learning. And I've gotten to the point now where I'm taking a tarot lesson from another lady, and she is teaching me new things, and I am also realizing how much I do know. Like, wow, I taught myself a lot. And there's some stuff that I don't know, and she's gonna dive into those things with me, and I'll have more information for you guys as we go on. But fuck, man. You gotta start somewhere. And that's this night of this air night. They're like, I wanna jump in to the deep end of my soul. I wanna jump into the transformation that I desire. Because, it's interesting that these two cards are over here together, because it's like, well, me being myself elicits some kind of negative response in others. Like, I can't fully be myself in the Seven of Swords here with some, maybe there's a boss or a friend group, with a friend that's in charge of everybody, or a family member who thinks they run things, or a boss or a coworker or whatever, and they don't like it when you're outside of the realm of their control. See the puppet strings? I don't know if you can really see it. I need better lighting, obviously. Well, it's a puppeteer, and he's puppeteering those two people. I love that Seven of Swords. Bridget did a great job. And then we've got the phoenix. It's like flying away from that. Like, that's not really, I don't want to do that anymore. Hey, Empress Queen of Fire. Nice to see you. Oh, it's day after Christmas still over there. Yeah, because it's late where you're at, isn't it? Here, it is already the 27th. Saturday the 27th? Saturday, right? It's 9 in the morning here. 9:20-ish. So, that particular message is done. Interesting. Sometimes there's multiple messages in a reading. Sometimes there's just one that feeds on itself. It's like I just got this weird feeling like the point's been made. The point's been made. Move on next. Move on to the next thing. Okay. Ooh, yeah, 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 yeah. She... All right. Ooh, hello. Jester of Earth. Jester of Pentacles. This is like this card, this concept reminds me of my Nana who always told me, she's like, it's just funny money, Ashley. You know, you got to use your tools. Don't let your tools use you. Is basically what I got from what she meant. You know, if you got some of your tools ready to use to help somebody, you should use them to help the person. You know, don't put money on a pedestal. Don't put your physical reality on a pedestal. Oh, King of Pentacles. Queen of Swords. Huh. Okay, hold on. Somebody's transforming their belief structure about their physical reality. They're changing their belief structure about their physical reality. They're transforming how they see money, how they see resources, how they see tools. And it's a dark night of the soul, which means they're having a heavy conversation with themselves about it. You know, like we're just coming out of the Christian holiday of Christmas, but we also, there was a whole holiday for Jewish people. Was it 8 crazy nights of celebration where, well, it's remembrance, but they get presents every day. I think it's 8. Isn't it 8? I think it's 8. I'm thinking of the Adam Sandler song. Isn't it 8 Crazy Nights? Fuck, I can't remember. But there's other holidays that aren't just Christian that celebrate and gift give and all the rest, right? But obviously we just experienced Christmas. Anyway, so I had purchased a few different little things for Elijah, and I was going to fill the tree and blah, 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 and do all this extra stuff. And I decided not to do that. Last second, I wrapped the Santa presents. I wrapped one from me, and then the ones that Elijah gave me, I wrapped the candle and the necklace from Elijah to me. And all the other ones I'm keeping, and I'm going to wrap them up, and I'm going to use them for his prize shelf, which we're going to start doing here in the new year, where he can earn prizes, right? And kind of taking myself out of this idea that it has to be a particular way and adjusting for the reality that I want to see for me and my family. You know, what am I going to do? Give him a bunch of shit that he's not going to appreciate? He's not even going to remember? Or have him slowly earn things now, you know? I know, isn't she so cute? Okay, now I know why the reading was cut short. I actually have to go to the bathroom, so I'm gonna have to cut this short. I'm really apologetic and I'm super sorry. Who is PCS? Is that Patty? Who is this? That's a different name. Oh, I have to go to the bathroom. I can't wait to find out. Tell me later. Okay, I'll come back. Ah, Patty. Hey, Patty. Okay, I'll have to do another live. I'm so sorry, guys. Really sorry.